Thank you, Joe. Joe and I have been friends and colleagues for many years, and it's been a pleasure for me. I think I've learned as much from him as he has from me over the years. I'm going to name that other executive where we set up on his back porch trying to figure out a program for 9/11. It was Henry Lombardi, who's sitting right over here. And those were, yes. It's quite a challenge, but very, very satisfying to work on that. Well, I'm very happy to have Allison here tonight. Joe mentioned that, and I think that applause was for her for staying married to me for 18 years. She's very deserving of that, by the way. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Allison. Of course, I'd like to thank the Spencer Foundation for this great honor. It's very humbling to be up here. You know, as I was in the cocktail party, I saw a number of people who could be up here themselves tonight. And I will say, this event, every time I come to it, has, I think, more energy than any event that we do in our industry. And you could feel it. There are so many friends that show up and so many great people in the industry that show up, such a cross-section of the industry. There are brokers here, there are underwriters, claims professionals, risk managers, legal, well, probably just defense lawyers, and maybe there are some plaintiff lawyers, but if they want to give, they're absolutely more than welcome. So it's a great group, and of course I want to recognize Mariah as well. You know, tremendous job, absolutely. You know, I've been working with Spencer for a while, but really intensely for the last 6 months with this event coming up, and I could tell you she was the heart of making this thing work. So that's great on that part. And also, Christine, congratulations on a much deserved award tonight, and it's an honor for me to be your partner up here tonight. And of course, I have to thank my Allied World team who did all the work on my behalf, who called all of you and sent you emails and wanted to raise all the money. And I'm happy to say that they did a great job at that. But our chairperson for this event was Theana Iordana. Theana, great job. Okay, and her co-chairs, Bobby Bowden, live from LA. Of course, Joe Solara, and Grace Meek. And I did notice that there are many managing general agents here tonight that many of us in this room do business with. And there's one right there. And I know that that's Grace's doing because, when Grace speaks, people listen, right? Including me, when Grace speaks, people listen. So thank you, Grace. Also here tonight is our chairman and CEO, Scott Carmilani, helping us represent Allied World. Now, we've had a long history with the Spencer Foundation. Back in 2010, Gordon Knight joined the board of the Spencer Foundation. Gordon is here tonight. He's wearing a tie, which many of you who know Gordon know that is a rare event, so we're happy that he dressed up for tonight. And Gordon got the first Allied World Scholarship in place in 2011. Theana followed in his footsteps in 2015 and joined the board. So we've seen firsthand the great work that Spencer does. When you talk about recruiting and educating excellent people to come into our business, there's nobody better, and they're tireless. I mean, the work that they do and the passion that they have for that work is just fun to watch. So how about our scholar speakers tonight? How impressive was that, right? Incredible, incredible. Saba, Joe, and Joseph, what a job. I feel like our industry is in good hands going forward after tonight. And we're going to expect a lot from you and the other scholars as well, who are equally as impressive. As a matter of fact, after seeing their performance tonight, none of them are 35 years old, but if any of them were, they'd get my write-in vote for President of the United States this year. I don't know about you guys, but they'd get mine. Great job, very well done. There was a lot of talk about generosity tonight, and being the honoree, one of the great things that Chris and I got to see was firsthand the generosity of the industry. It was really great to see. We've raised $1 million tonight for the foundation. Everybody, just gave, and it was just really great to see. So thank you for that. We are a very generous industry, and the Spencer Foundation counts on that. So thank you. Now, I was able to spend some time with the scholars, and I wanted to give a little feedback about how meaningful your giving is to them. And you heard some of that tonight, but a couple of comments that I heard I thought were, just wonderful as well. I had one comment that said the Spencer Foundation is the difference between being a full-time student and working only one job instead of 2 or 3, right? That's very meaningful. The internships, they came up several times. I mean, what a great way for a young person who's in school to be able to have a chance to work in the environment, work in an insurance company, or work as a risk manager or a broker, and get that firsthand experience, especially when they don't have any contacts in the business. To be able to get that internship through Spencer is very, very meaningful. And mentorship. Mentorship came up several times. I think we all know how important that is in our industry. And I think that we are, one of the few industries left that still does mentor. It's important to me in my career. I had several mentors. Harold Jacobowitz is here tonight. He was one of them. But I think the one that had the most impact on me was a man by the name of Tom Tizio, known as Mr. Tizio. Thank you. He was known as Mr. Tizio within the walls of AIG. He was my mentor, the mentor of many people in this industry, many people in this room. Tom passed away last year, but he's always going to be remembered very, very fondly. Okay, so Scott advised me that if I go more than 6 minutes, he's going to start heckling. So I'm going to start bringing it to a close. And there was a stat that went up before that Spencer has put out 900 scholarships. And these are to very high quality, highly motivated young people who want to be in our business, who will make a difference in our business. And so I'm going to close with a story about my daughter. Several years ago, I coached her ice hockey team. Several years ago, we were on our way to an away game. And I knew that particular game, we had a short bench. We only had 8 girls. We were coming up against a team that was one of the best teams in the league. I knew they would have a full bench, and it was going to be a tough game. So on the way to the game, I kept saying to Isabella, Isabella, it's going to be tough. Work hard, do the best you could. You're going to get tired out there, but do the best you could. It'll be a good game. After about 10 minutes of that, she stopped me, and she said, hey, Dad, it doesn't matter how many people we have. What matters is which ones show up. Okay, and there's a lot of truth in that. Now, the Spencer Scholars, they're the all-stars. They're the ones that are going to show up. So I want to thank you all for coming tonight and supporting them tonight. Please continue to support them during their careers and into the future. And like I said before, sincerely, great seeing so many friends tonight. Everybody have a good evening, and I hope to see you soon. Thank you very much.